Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
If you're here, then chances are that your company has experienced a data breach. Data breaches can be catastrophic to your business, costing you unforeseen dollars in repair and time in mitigating the issue. Unfortunately, it took businesses 228 days to identify a data breach in 2020. In addition, it took organizations 80 days to contain a data breach. The amount of time it takes to respond and recover from a data breach is vital to the reputation of your business. How will you alert your clients that your organization has been targeted by hackers? Will you contact any law enforcement agencies to catch the perpetrators? Creating a response guide before and during a data breach will ultimately help you better prepare for a sudden attack. Below, we'll outline a comprehensive guide for how you can create a response guide to a data breach in 3 steps. 1. Secure your operations. 2. Fix vulnerabilities. 3. Notify appropriate parties. Step number 1. Secure your operations. After a data breach, the most important thing to do is secure your business from any more attacks. Hackers will take advantage of your organization in any way they can, and their mission is to cause irreparable and widespread damage. Therefore, you should move swiftly in identifying a major data breach and securing your operations by following these steps. Move swiftly to secure your systems. The first thing you should do after a data breach is to move quickly and discover the security vulnerabilities that caused the issue. The only thing worse than a data breach is multiple data breaches. Take as much time as you need to ensure that your mistake doesn't happen again. This means securing all physical areas that were involved in the breach. Lock them and change all access codes. Consult with both law enforcement and forensic specialists to determine when it's safe to resume normal business operations. Mobilize your data breach response team. For most organizations, the IT team will serve as the data breach response team. Contact them immediately to prevent any more harmful data loss. Depending on the nature of your business and severity of the breach, the next steps will vary. Assemble the right people to form a data breach response. Depending on your company, you may need to contact management, investor relations, communications, human resources, HR, legal, information security, information technology, and other experts. These experts will help you determine the scope and source of the data breach. They will also collect evidence and forensic data and outline the necessary steps for remediation. Lastly, you should consult a legal team to help you understand the federal, state, and local repercussions of a data breach. Stop the bleeding. If possible, remove all affected data from your website and other networks. If this data exists on other websites, contact them and ask that they remove it. Also, make sure you interview everyone who witnessed and document everything they tell you. Finally, do not destroy any evidence. It will be crucial toward identifying the perpetrators behind the incident. Step number 2. Fix vulnerabilities. After you've taken the necessary steps of securing your business from any more data breaches, you'll need to focus on containing and repairing all security issues. You can do so by following these critical steps. Focus on service providers. If you're like most businesses, you use different service providers every day, from accounting software to CRMs. Is there a chance that a hacker could have compromised your information from these platforms? If so, then you'll need to contact these service providers to inform them about your data breach. This can be helpful in reducing the chances of another breach in the future. Monitor your network segmentation. IT departments are privy on segmenting their networks on different servers. This way, if one server is compromised, a hacker can't access another server. Contact independent forensic investigators to make sure this strategy was effective. If you need to make any changes to this strategy, feel free to do so now. Network segmentation is a very effective means of preventing a wide-scale data breach. However, you shouldn't automatically assume that it was successful. Tie up this loose end to prevent a small vulnerability from worsening over time. Work with forensic experts. Forensic experts can help you realize if security measures like encryption were enabled after the data breach. You should also ask them to analyze any and all backup data. By reviewing data logs, you can identify the people who had access up until the time of the breach, and restrict access if necessary. Make sure you verify all of the data that was compromised by hackers, the number of people affected by the breach, and whether or not you can contact them. After you receive a forensic report, take all of the remediation steps immediately. Set up a communications plan. After a data breach, it's important to reach out to all parties that were affected by the data breach, such as stakeholders, business partners, investors, customers, and employees. Make sure you avoid making any misleading statements about the data breach, and don't withhold any information that can help these afflicted parties independently protect their identities and information. Finally, you should never publicly share information that can further put your customers at risk. Make sure you consult with your attorney to learn more about the information you can disclose to all of these parties. Some information may be confidential, and some information may be vital for your audience to know. Anticipate all urgent questions. It goes without saying that data breaches are very serious. People will naturally ask a lot of questions because they're concerned with dangerous strangers potentially having their sensitive information. Create accessible and helpful content on your website that will guide your audience in understanding all the details behind the data breach and how they will be affected. Good communication can lessen your customers' fears and concerns, save you time and money, and show more transparency in light of a serious situation.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.